Hey, we started a really special week. This is called Holy Week, and I'm going to do something a little different. I want us to carve out time every day, like fight for it, so that you could pray and just really think about all the things that Jesus did for you as you get ready for Good Friday, which is at the end of the week, and Easter, which is next Sunday. So I'm going to have a whole bunch of stuff for you to help you with that. So there's going to be a song every day, and I'm going to give you a link every day to videos, not done by me, but done by Crossway Publishing, which publishes the English Standard Version of the Bible. That's the one that I use typically. A couple years ago, they put out a post, and I got it on my phone here. It's Walk with Jesus During His Last Week on Earth, and there's a book that you can get. It's called The Final Days of Jesus. I'll put the links to all of that in the description, and it's really cool because there's videos with different scholars. And it tracks every single day. So it starts with Palm Sunday and goes all the way up to Saturday. And so we'll be reflecting on, what Jesus did on those various days. There'll be some scripture, and there'll also be even a song that you can check out. And I'll put all of that in the description. It'll be down below. So go down there and look at that. So the passage, as we look at Monday of Holy Week, is Matthew 21, and we are going to be in verse 12. So you may want to grab that. Maybe pause this for a second if you need to, because I think it'd be cool to just kind of have our Bibles with us. And here we see Jesus, he what we call cleanses the temple. And it says that he entered the temple and he drove out all who sold and who bought in the temple, and he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold pigeons. Now, when you go to the Crossway videos in that blog post, there's going to be a lot, they're going to dig a lot deeper than I will. I want us to just kind of see, what should we be praying about and thinking about as we look at what Jesus does here. And what he's doing, I believe, is he's driving them out of the temple. The temple was meant to be not a place where you sell stuff, not a place where you, do a kind of a currency exchange, because that's the animals that were there that were for sacrifices I can't imagine the noise and the chaos and all this, and they would typically set up shop in a place where where certain people were supposed to worship, and that's what that place was for. And so Jesus doesn't have necessarily that big of a problem with them providing that, although it sounds like there was some things that weren't supposed to be happening, some not so honest things, because he calls them robbers and thieves. But he says it's supposed to be a house of prayer, but you guys have made it into a den of robbers. And we got to ask ourselves, with our lives, what are we doing as far as worship, as far as honoring the things of God, and maybe our church, or maybe our homes, and saying, okay, is my life really all about Jesus? Is it really all about faith? Or have I made it all about all those other things? And do I treat people that way? Am I trying to help them, especially when I'm at my church? Is it all about me and the people that I like at church? Or do I want to say, hey, this is a place of worship. I want you all to come and worship. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to be inviting. I'm going to be caring. I'm going to do all those things. So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about how Jesus he challenges religiosity today. He challenges us where we would put our faith in all the different things of church and religion and not talk about him and his great sacrifice. That's what this whole week is about. I want you to take that in. The song that I'm going to link is by a band called Mojo and the Info. And this one came out a long time ago. Mojo's the guy from the band The Supertones, a Christian ska band. Again, you may not have even heard of them, but I encourage you to look up both of them. I'll put some links in the description. Really for both bands, because they're both very, very cool. They're not around anymore, but just made some great stuff. And the song that I'm going to link is called My Religion. And it really kind of talks about the biggest problem he has, and the most sinful thing he does has to do with his, how he acts out his religion, how he lives out sometimes his being a Christian is where he attacks people and argues and does all those things. Instead of loving people and being about the truth, he uses the truth as a weapon, as a stick to beat people with, and that's not cool. So that's kind of what Jesus is talking about today. So let's take that time and think, like, Lord, how have I been part of that problem, and how can I be one who would say, you know what, I want to go with what's right, what's true, what's going to help people, and see things the right way, God's way. All right, so I pray that helps you. Again, look for those links in the description, and we'll talk to you next time for another follow-through.